Hey guys, this is Bangity Bangs, and this is my first ever Let's Play, so I really hope that it doesn't fail and go terribly. I don't think it will, but I'm going to be playing Morrowind today. This is a game that, I actually haven't played that much. This is going to be almost a blind playthrough. I love the Elder Scrolls series. I started playing actually with Oblivion a couple years ago, right before Skyrim came out, because I'd never really gotten into it before then. But I got really hyped about Skyrim because I saw the trailers and everything, and it just looked right up my alley, like an awesome game. So I went and bought Oblivion first and played that on a PlayStation 3, and played Skyrim on PlayStation 3 as well. And then I started looking into trying to play some of the older games and see what they were like. And so I got Morrowind and Arena on my computer and played through each of them a little bit, but really I've never gotten very far in Morrowind, so it's going to be almost a blind playthrough, so that should be interesting. I am going to start a new game here. And I'm just going to let this opening scene play out.
They have taken you from the Imperial City's prison, first by carriage and now by boat. To the east, to Morrowind. Fear not, for I am watchful. You have been chosen.
Many fall, but one remains.
Wake up. We're here. Why are you shaking? Are you okay? Wake up. Stand up. There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name?
Alright, and my character's name I've decided is going to be Podrick, because I'll get into a little bit to the backstory of my character. This is gonna be a heavily role-played Let's Play, because I really think that's the best way to play Elder Scrolls games and get the most enjoyment out of them. So I've thought of this character that I have, and I guess I'll explain a little bit more about him when I actually get to the character creation thing, but I want him to be a knight is his class, or when he starts out, he'll be level 1, he won't have a whole lot of skills, so I think of him more like a squire, and I named him after the character Podrick in Game of Thrones, the Song of Ice and Fire series, because it's kind of going to be based off of that character.
Even last night's storm could wake you. I heard them say we reached Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go.
Who's that? Morrowind.
Quiet. Here comes the guard.
This is where you get off. Come with me.
Moving tutorial. Let me actually take a look at it.
You better do what they say.
Alright. Fine. So not used to playing on.
Get yourself up on deck and let's keep this as civil as possible.
Okay. Through you.
The sooner you leave, the sooner we can move on.
You all aren't very friendly either, are you? C'est Dani. It's a bit foggy.
This is where they want you. Head down to the dock and I'll show you to the census office.
I love that it's the same voice actor as from Oblivion. And my frame rate's dropping. Hope that won't
You
be an
finally
issue.
arrived, but our records don't show from where.
Alright, and I'm going to cut out this character creation stuff, and I'll get back to you when I have my character fully made and tell you a bit about him. Okay, so this is my character. This is Podrick, and he is an Imperial. So his story is, he grew up in the province of Cyrodiil and was actually training to become a knight. He was actually squiring under this guy who was, a member of the Imperial Guard. He was a knight for the Emperor, and he was a promising apprentice. He was growing and doing very well, and helping out in tournaments and doing everything he was supposed to, like a good squire would. But the thing about Podrick is he's a bit of a ladies' man. He's a bit of a player, and it definitely doesn't have any problems with the ladies, and that actually turned out to be kind of his downfall, because the knight that he was squiring under, his wife took a liking to Podrick and even proceeded to invite him into her bedroom, and Podrick, not being the most foresighted of individuals, jumped at that opportunity, took advantage of it, didn't think about the consequences, and sure enough, the knight that he was squiring under found out and was not too happy about that turn of events, to say the least. But the thing is, he didn't. He might have been honor bound, some would say, to openly, challenge Podrick in a duel or something to protect his wife's honor or whatever. But the thing about this knight is he is a very proud individual and didn't want to face the shame and embarrassment of everyone knowing that his wife slept with his squire, because that he just couldn't handle the scandal. So this knight was, he had less honor maybe than most knights, and he devised this little scheme to get Podrick actually arrested and shipped out of Cyrodiil. That was his plan for getting revenge, and he kind of framed Podrick in this crime of like stealing a magic ring or something from the Emperor, and Podrick was tried and convicted, and his because he's a prisoner, obviously, because this is an Elder Scrolls game. You're always a prisoner at the beginning, and they just shipped him off. He didn't know where he was going, and now he's just ended up in Morrowind, and he's just going to go from here. He's his mindset, obviously, he's a bit enraged at the prospect of being shipped off like that, but I think he also kind of sees now that it was stupid of him to to do what he did, and thinks maybe this could be a fresh start for him. So he is the kind of guy that sort of looks on the bright side of things, and he's going to try to make the best of this situation and see if he can maybe rectify it somehow. He's going to try and do whatever he can to get in good with the Imperials here on Morrowind, and see if maybe he can get his sentence reversed and find some way to make it back to Cyrodiil. Anyway, that's his plan right now. That's what he wants to do, and I'm going to go ahead out and say this. I don't know a whole lot about the Elder Scrolls lore. Like, I know some of these guys that do these kinds of Let's Plays are like Elder Scrolls buffs. I mean, I know a little bit, but not that much. So, I'm sorry, you guys, if anything that I'm doing or saying here is inconsistent with the lore. I'll try. Generally don't think about it too much in the Let's Plays, or in the I'm rambling now, in the plot of the story. This is just my own character story, and I'm going to kind of react to everything as it happens and take it at face value. So that's what's going to happen.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release.
Right. Lead the way. Thief, mage, and warrior. Which shall I?
Yes, we've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released.
Of course.
There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours.
Okay. I don't want to answer your questions. We'll pick from the class list, and let's see. Yeah, I'm going to probably pick the knight, because that's what I've always aspired to be my entire life. Specialization in combat, strength and personality. That fits really well with the Imperial race, I think, because they're all about their speechcraft and their, schmoozing and stuff. And Podrick, he's a pretty suave guy because, ladies' man and everything. Major skills, long blade, axe. I haven't really decided what weapon I'm gonna favor. But, I'm thinking maybe axe. I think that's gonna be a cool weapon to use and a bit different from the classic just sword and shield kind of knight. And yeah, minor skills, restoration, enchanting and stuff. Yeah, I think that Podrick maybe later on will develop a little bit of magical talent, maybe not at first. I see him as, eventually he might learn how to enchant his armor and weapons and stuff like that, and yeah, I guess restoration, that kind of thing. He might eventually, as he progresses through his, becomes a better and better knight, maybe he'll start to look more and more like a paladin, and because he is a good guy, he's he has his flaws to be sure, but at the end of the day, he's gonna look out for the little man and work for the greater good. So I see him as, eventually ascending to be kind of a paladin-like figure, and a paragon of the gods, that sort of thing.
Very good. The letter that preceded you mentioned you were born under a certain sign. And what would that be?
Well, I will tell you. I'm going to be, let's see, what do I want? Warrior? Makes sense, basic. Excuse me, sometimes I'm gonna take a drink every now and then. I'm doing a lot of talking. Yeah, I know sometimes it's interesting to pick some of these birth signs that have a drawback too. It just adds a little bit more to the character, and makes the game a little more interesting. So, and I know these are different from how they were in Oblivion, so you need to look through them a second. I might cut this out. Okay, so I considered going with the lady because I think it would kind of fit with Podrick's whole ladies' man persona that he's got going on, and pretty good buffs there, I think, for fortified personality and endurance. But I mean, he is already an Imperial, so he does have a little personality boost already. And I think what I'd rather do is the ritual sounds cool because it would give him some magic powers like right off the bat that are kind of consistent with stuff you would think of a paladin doing, the whole turning undead and restoring health and stuff. And I think it would be cool to have Podrick be this individual that maybe he's he's special, he's different from his peers and people that he grew up with. Maybe he has these sort of powers that he doesn't understand yet, and maybe can't quite control them or something, but he's going to learn more about them as he grows and learns more about himself, and he'll be able to use them for the greater good. So yeah, I think that would be cool. Have these mysterious powers to turn the undeath and restore health.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
Alright, yeah, that all looks exactly like what I said earlier. Excellent.
Show your papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
Release information. Okay. Read your papers by pressing the space bar while looking. Yeah, okay. Alright, so yeah, I was basically just exiled then. And that's my punishment, but we'll see. Maybe if I get in good with the Imperials here, I'll be able to find my way back to Cyrodiil. Alright. Yep. That. I'm not going to be breaking into that chest just yet. No.
Continue through to the next building and talk to Celes Gravius.
Evidence chest. To the next building? Alright, I gotta go in this room and do the little tutorial here. Should learn how to do combat. Well, yeah, I guess I forgot everything that I learned as a squire on that boat journey, so... Take up the knife blade. Put the dagger in my chop. Excellent. Have to draw the weapon. Sorry if I'm actually reading these tutorials, guys. I don't necessarily remember how to do everything. Because it has been a while since I've played this. Alright. Have to draw the weapon, and I just click and see what's there, like a... So that's power attack, and... Whoops. What else did I get here? Yeah, I'll take a lockpick. And, yeah, try my lockpick on that. Fail. Yes! Alright. I got some monies. So, I don't know how I'm going to justify Podrick, like, stealing all this shit now, but, yeah, I guess at this point he's still a little bitter, maybe, about being exiled, and he's kind of like, fuck it, right now I'm going to take what I can, and yeah, I'm sure he'll feel bad about it later. Okay, egg. I think you need this for some kind of quest, maybe, I heard, so yeah, I'll check this. And also, none of this stuff is stolen, so maybe, you could say that the guards kind of, have taken pity on him, because I guess they probably know something about his plight, and said, okay, we'll give you some stuff to get you started out here, so we're not going to just throw you out with nothing, because, I mean, he is an Imperial, after all, and, worked under a knight and stuff, so... I mean, obviously, I would think they have some degree of respect and compassion for him, so we'll go with that. That's a better story, I think. And I'm going to put this away for now. Candle, that might be useful for going through dark places and stuff. I'm going to take this silver and maybe sell it. Not too. Yeah, and what is... So the firmament. Yeah, talking about the stars and stuff. And, I think that Podrick actually would be interested in taking this because, like I said before, his mysterious power that he doesn't understand. This book has a little bit of information, about that it might be due to this ritual thing. Like people born under the ritual have a variety of abilities, so maybe there might be others like him. He can, this book can be a starting point for him to learn more about his power. All right. And I'm going to look into this barrel for no particular reason, and oh look, it's a ring. Bottle. We're not interested in any of that rubbish. Click on the spell to make it your active magic, R to ready it, and then click to cast. Okay, so let's see then. Our magic menu. Ooh, and this stuff, what is it? What does it do? So we don't know what that stuff does yet, but... So, alright, I'm not sure how he knows what this ring does already. I guess maybe he tried it out real quick. But, so cast on self. I'm going to go ahead and put this on for now. And just practice with this whole magic system thing. So then if I press R and I heal, Is that how it was supposed to work? I guess maybe because I'm not damaged yet, and it doesn't have any effect. Oh well. I mean, out of game knowledge, I know I'm going to lose this ring in a second anyway, because Podrick will give it back to that wood elf guy, but anyway, I just wanted to try and see if that's how it works. First, let me take your identification papers. Thank you. Word of your arrival only reached me yesterday. I'm Celis Gravius, but my background is not important. I'm here to welcome you to Morrowind. His background's not important. Why would I ask about anything? Okay. Fine. Goodbye.
Ah, welcome.
Yes,
what may
thank
I
you.
do for you?
Well, you could take me back to Cyrodiil, if you would. Nope. I didn't think so. Make sure you ask about duties before leaving. Oh, I have duties? Tell me. Okay, I guess. Tell me about Morrowind. Yes, you're in Morrowind. I don't know why you're here, or why you were released from prison and shipped here, but your authorization comes directly from Emperor Uriel Septim VII himself. Really? Well, oh, maybe he knows that I was framed. Maybe. Then why did he send me out here in the first place? And I don't need to know any more than that. When you leave this office, you are a free man, but before you go, I have instructions on your duties. Instructions from the Emperor, so pay careful attention. Duties. Tell me more. This package comes with the news of your arrival. You are to take it to Caius Cosades in the town of Balmora. Go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for Gaius Cosades. They know where to find him. Serve him and you will serve the Emperor himself. I also have a letter for you, and a dispersal to your name. Alright. Okay. I'll do that. Thank you very much. Well, that's awfully peculiar. JC, the journal. Okay. On my own now. Alone and confused in Morrowind. And no leads on what to do next except go to the town of Balmora. Find that somewhere. And find this guy, Gaius Cosades, however you say his name. And yeah, it sounds like he's an Imperial. Anyway, so this fits right in with my plan. I'll do whatever it is he asks me, so... Probably should find some way of arming myself first. I don't... I have little idea of what kind of dangers lurk out in the wilds of Morrowind. Podrick doesn't anyway, so... Best be prepared. Until next time then.